Hey, friends, it's me, Christiana Gaudet, your Tarot Fairy Godmother. So nice to see you here. It's Thursday. That means it's time for the Tarot Topics newsletter recap. Tarot Topics weekly newsletter comes into your inbox every Wednesday. If you're not a subscriber, if you'd like to read it on my website, the link is right in the description. Read it, subscribe, and each week we have a different topic. Newsletter comes on Wednesday, and on Thursday we talk about it and do some readings on it. So this week, the topic is overwhelmed or undersupplied. And it talks about how sometimes our feeling of overwhelm actually comes from lack of supply. Time, money, energy, whatever the resources are. And one resource I didn't mention in the newsletter, and I wish I had, it would be worth a whole paragraph really, is sometimes we are overwhelmed because we are lacking the resource of information. And what we really need to do is find out the information before we freak out. So, it seems pretty simple, right? We're going to do readings today about your feelings of overwhelm, your feelings of lack of resources, and what can be done. A lot of you are here already with your questions. Thank you so much for being here. I want to say a special thank you and shout out, of course, to the members and the moderators. Really appreciate you. And I put up a new video this morning. We have a new rant about when you're reading for someone, either professionally or casually, you tell them something and they say, "That's impossible." What are you going to do about that? Watch my video and see. And Ben, thanks for shouting that out. And Horst Van Dun, thanks for the great astro weather report. Much appreciated, Horst Van Dun, who says, full moon in Virgo will be at 16 degrees, the tower number. Big changes happening. Time to leave the suitcase full of toxic stuff behind each of us. Stressful, but also great hope. And the next full moon will also be at 16 degrees of Libra. Very interesting. Thank you so much for sharing that. Now, if you are a member at either the star or sun level, tonight's our Zoom gathering. Join us tonight, 7:30 Eastern Time. The Zoom link is up in the community tab, or you can always email me or message me on social media and I'll get you the link. But we hope to see you this evening. All right. We'll have some fun together. We'll do some readings. It'll be chill. It'll be fun. It'll be good. So do join us if you are indeed at the star or sun level. It pays to belong. All right. I thought today, since it's such a heavy topic, we would use this really gentle and beautiful deck, which is Gaian Tarot. Marion. Nice to see you, Marion. I do love your rants. Yeah, check out this one and let me know what you think. All right. I will take these questions in the order in which I see them. And once again, questions about feeling overwhelmed, questions about resources and lack thereof. That's what we're about here today. Starting with you, Nalini Kalu. So nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. I am extremely overwhelmed and sad, I'm sorry, with everything happening in my life. May I please have a reading to know what's next and how to handle this current situation and emotions? So that looks like a 3-card reading to me. At least that's what we're going to start with. So first of all, what's next? Judgment reversed. It feels like there's some real closure that has to happen. That part of the overwhelm has to do with grief, and that you're dealing with a lot of grief. And that can be from over the course of your life. So we'll see. We'll see. I feel like when we look at what happens next, Nalini, really what happens next will be determined by how much closure and understanding and reprocessing you can have having to do with the traumas of the past and the present. And when we look at, so, that's actually good if you think about it, because it means it's not so much like something is predetermined. It means the more that you heal, the better you'll feel. Oh, and it rhymes. It's always good when it rhymes. All right. So now, in terms of how to handle what you're dealing with right now, Ace of Cups. Expect new things, expect better things, and come at everything with love in your heart for yourself and for others. Whether or not it's romantic love, what kind of love it is, doesn't matter, but just come at things from love. And how do you handle the emotions of this? The tree, which is the Hanged Man reversed, you have to handle your emotions. You can't let your emotions handle you. So you need to know that you can get on top of this and heal in a way that you have never healed before. And that will take you to new places. It really will be okay, but you have to do this work. And a question from Trey. Nice to see you, Trey. Do you view Gaian as a tarot deck or more of an oracle? Definitely a tarot. Definitely. All right. Madiha Ness, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Good to see you. And thanks for being a member. I've lived overwhelmed most of my life. I'm worried for the future. What should I know about what's next and how will I make the most of it? Well, that sounds like a 2-card reading. What's next and how do I make the most of it? What's next? The Explorer of Fire. And I'm trying to remember if the Explorer is the Page or the Knight in this deck. And it almost doesn't matter because what's next is the pursuit of creativity for you, which is always your wheelhouse, always a good thing. And remembering too that fire is also spirituality, creativity, spirituality. That's what's next. And that's what gives you the supply you need to handle the feeling of overwhelm. How do you make the most of it? The Tower reversed, and in this deck it's called Lightning, but it's the Tower. The Tower reversed, do not catastrophize. And that's hard because, you've seen a lot and you're adjacent to a lot that really is catastrophe. But it is important to not catastrophize. And it might be that you were taught to catastrophize things. Do not catastrophize things. Take the fire and control it and let it be your humor, your spirituality, your passion for life and your creativity, and let that drive you. All right. Here we go. Trey Cameron, so nice to see you. Thanks for being a member. My first Saturn return is coming up. Very good. Is this going to be an overwhelming return for me? Been feeling overwhelmed and discouraged from moving forward for a lot of reasons. All right. So here we go. When we look at your first Saturn return, Trey, Elder of Water, this reminds us that you are still so young. The Saturn return is important. I just had my second Saturn return a little while ago, and that one was super important for me, really awesome. This one, I think, will open you up in a lot of ways to how young you are and will help you recognize how much is in front of you, not in an overwhelming way, but in a hopeful and graceful and forgiving way. Now, the way that you've been feeling overwhelmed and discouraged recently, the Hermit reversed and the Moon reversed. I wonder if you are an empath. I wonder if other people's energies, other people's words, other people's crap is holding you down. if you need to, and this is something you could really solidify in this Saturn return, in your first Saturn return, is that you have to have a crap shield. I'm serious. So that you have the space to move forward according to your own needs and means. That's what I think. Okay. JF1, thanks for being a member. I am super overwhelmed and taking time off soon. What can I do to feed my soul during that time so I can handle the stress when I return? Eight of fire, be still. Be still and breathe. Do as little as possible. Like, honestly, the whole question here. What do I do to feed my soul? Time. Giving yourself time. You need time more than anything at all. Just breathe. Just breathe. What will feed your soul is not having to do much of anything for a minute. Seriously. What else can you do to feed your soul? Something that you really enjoy. It might be related to music or dance or spending time with friends. Those things could be really helpful to you as well. And when you go back, will you be able to handle the stress better? Yes, you will. You will go back with a full cup. You will go back renewed. So be still, listen to music, dance, spend time with friends. All right, and I have to say a big thank you to Sayoni. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Really appreciate that. Super chats and super stickers are ways you can show your support for this broadcast. Most appreciated. Okay. Justine, so nice to see you. Hope to see you tonight. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for being a moderator. How can I better manage my time on a daily basis? Or what changes should I make to my daily routine to better support the way I manage my time? Okay. Time management. Recognize that you are not responsible for every single thing in the world all at once. Prioritize. And if it's not yours, don't do it. You can volunteer for things, and I know you are, and I know you will, and that's great. But don't take on more than you really want to take on. And don't let people put things on you. So that's part of it. And when we talk about daily routine, Ace of Fire reversed, it feels like you are holding yourself accountable. I keep coming back to this. You are holding yourself accountable for too much. And you are not congratulating yourself enough for the things that you are doing. That's what I think. Okay, Ben, Libra does tarot. So nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members-only emojis. Glad you like the newsletter. And let's see. I'm going to take your question next, Ben, and then I will do you, Claire. Okay, Ben, my mantra for Pisces season is to stop being overwhelmed with thoughts of I can't do this and start saying I can do this if I do whatever. Good. How can I keep this momentum going? When the old thoughts, the I can't thoughts come up, see, my throat doesn't even like them. Don't shame yourself. Do not shame yourself. That's really the key. Don't shame yourself. Just then get on, let it flow out, and get on to the next best thought, and the momentum will stay. The key is do not have shame when those thoughts do indeed pass through. Acknowledge them, and then get on to the next thought. Claire C., so nice to see you. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. I become helpless and overwhelmed when hiring people I can trust to make better home repairs. Yeah, you and everybody. Oh my gosh. And hope to see you tonight as well. How can I overcome past stings and find someone honest? Man, that's a hard one. Good Lord. And it's got to be someone honest, someone you can communicate with. It's got to be a lot of different things to make it work. This is so hard. So, what do we see about this? What do we see about you finding the right people to do the work you need? Oh man, there's that Ace of Fire reversed again. 6 of Water. Honestly, you cannot let yourself be hurt and overwhelmed by what has happened in the past. And you do want to use reviews and the experiences of other people to help you vet the people coming in. So reviews, referrals, recommendations. That's really the key. All right. Okay, Mix You Ear. So nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Glad you like the newsletter. What is the true source of my overwhelm? And what can I do to feel happier where I am right now so it doesn't feel so overwhelming? Fair question. Okay. The true source of your overwhelm, Michelle, the Emperor reversed, all of society, family, all the things. And the fact that you don't have a huge emotional filter when it comes to unfairness, injustice, things that you perceive personally, things that are going on globally. You don't have a huge filter on it. You feel every single thing. And I think for your own well-being, you're going to be more effective at smashing the patriarchy if you can put up a little bit of a filter where you can allow yourself the space to enjoy whatever you've got going on without the weight of other people being idiots, either close to you personally, either in the past, in your head still, or on the planet. It is the idiocy of people, the treachery of people that is really the thing. Michelle, you're reading me to filth. Yeah, there you go. There you go. All right. I'm just scrolling through here looking for the next question. And that seems to be Pamela's insight. And now I've just overscrolled. So let me get back down there. And there it is. Pamela's insight. So nice to see you. How can I better handle my energy so that I can better work through overwhelm? Does the overwhelm get better, and how? That looks like a 3-card reading to me. Better handle your energy. Well, maybe it's more than that. Maybe it's like a 4-card reading, right? So better handle my energy. My question is, what is that energy? What is the energy that you have to better handle? You know, it is the energy, the page. Okay, so now we know, for future reference, the Explorer is the knight, the Child is the page. The Child of Water reversed. The energy is your sad inner child. At the end of the day, the thing that causes overwhelm is your sad inner child. And so you have to let your inner child know that she is safe, that she is okay, that she has reasons. She has reasons to be sad that are not her fault, and that we can now work toward her safety and her happiness. That's what I think it is. I know that's pretty powerful. That's what I think it is. Will then the overwhelm get better 8 of air, yes, because all of this manifests as anxiety. And if you work with that inner child in that way, the anxiety will go away. I mean, I just made it sound a lot more simple than it is. But yes, essentially, yes. All right. Karen Winkle, so nice to see you. Thanks for being a member here. We appreciate you. Completely overwhelmed. I'm sorry. What can I do to get out of this? You need to feel safe and happy within your home. And if there's anything going on within your home that is making you feel unsafe or unhappy, that's what needs to be fixed. Fix that first. And then from there, everything else will not feel as dire. Kristen Louise, nice to see you. Oh, this is fun. Got a new side gig as an assistant to a respected parapsychologist. Afraid my ADHD is going to make me unable to succeed and I will let her down. Any insights? What an interesting question. I love this. So, honestly, I think you're going to be fine here. I think you are overwhelmed by your own fear and your own insecurity. But I think, honestly, you're the right person for the job. Stop freaking yourself out. That's really the key. And keep lots of lists, one foot in front of the other, one task at a time. That's really the key. Sayoni, once again, thank you so much for the super sticker. Really appreciate it. I'm feeling extremely overwhelmed with my family and my work. I'm thinking of moving away, a change of location from home for a couple of months. Is this the right choice for me? Will that help with your overwhelm? Let's see. I'm afraid that wherever you go, there you are. I think you may need to do more internal work here. I mean, a change of scenery is always nice, but I think you'll find yourself feeling the same way elsewhere, and that it's some changes that you need to make internally that will really help you. And, as far as, Sayoni, as far as the possibility of a job change, that's possible, but it feels like more of the same. I think, yes, there could be something new that you would do that you would really enjoy. But right now, it's all about inner work and personal growth and boundaries. That's what's going to help you most. Jenny, I've been feeling really overwhelmed this week, and the thought of provoking an injury to myself has been really present. I'm so sorry. Those kinds of intrusive thoughts can be so hard. Can the cards give me a comforting message about that? You are not alone. There's a lot of people with really harsh intrusive thoughts, and that's not to make yours any less significant or important, but you're not all alone. There is that. And this is hard. There's a lot going on here. And, you are working very hard to take control of your well-being. And you will get there. One step at a time, you will get there. It will not always be like this. So those are the two important things. You're not alone, and it will not always be like this. Karen Hendershot, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. I'm exhausted and overwhelmed. I'm sorry. And while some things are better, the hits keep coming. What do I need to know to be able to cope? Fair question. That healing is available to you, that you are not alone and do not have to be alone, that you are healing from some heavy ancestral stuff and some childhood stuff, and that You are doing good work personally and professionally to do that stuff. You are doing your healing work, and it will help. It really will. Okay. And thank you so much for the feedback. I really do appreciate it. Oh, okay, Trey. Third time you've been called an empath in a week. No idea what that means. Here we go. An empath, it's not the same as being empathetic. Being empathic is not the same as being empathetic, although it comes from the same root word. An empath is someone who psychically picks up on other people's feelings. My mother was a huge empath. If you had a headache and she walked into the room, then her head would hurt. She would know, like we would be miles away from each other, not talk to each other for the longest. She'd call me up and say, okay, what's wrong? Because she would just feel it. She would feel it in her mind, in her body, in her spirit. And that can be people you don't know. You just walk into the room. You walk into the grocery store. You're picking up their stuff. It could be people you care about from even miles away. And so you can be overwhelmed and exhausted because you're picking up other people's energies and you don't even realize it. And so this is why I was calling it a crap shield. But, the psychic shielding, good psychic hygiene is really, really important when you are empathic. Let me know if you think that fits. But it really is, excuse me, in the category of what I call a psychic handicap, where it really is hard to function. Okay. Oh, baby cakes, I'm sorry you're sick. On your vacation. No. I am so sorry. We're talking about being overwhelmed. Okay. Okay, let's see. Hang on. Lots of good stuff going on here. Next question. Lydia. I feel undersupplied in my relationship because my partner is currently overwhelmed with work. How can I navigate this difficult time? I feel selfish. Well, first of all, recognize it's not selfish to want more than you're getting. It may be selfish to expect it. It may be selfish to demand it, but it's not selfish to want it. And what you have to do is find a different way to be supplied. And I don't mean that in like don't cheat on your boyfriend, but find other community, other things that you can do to support yourself that make you feel good right here, right now. This is a time for you to lean in to self-care and your own strength. Joanne Smith, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. Here we go. I'm taking my question right out of the newsletter. Perfect. What is the true source of my overwhelm? Because everything is overwhelming. Okay, here we go. Joanne, the true source of your overwhelm is being in a new home and trying to make that new home everything you want it to be. It is really as simple as that. And it's a lot because it's spiritual, it's material, it's financial, it's emotional, it's all the things. And so that's a lot. But you'll get there. You'll do that and you'll get it. Okay, Leslie Jones. Borrowing a question from the newsletter. Yay. What can I do to feel happier where I am right now? What a great question. Leslie, you have to heal from the past. You have to feel good about who you are right now. You have to find your source of energy, creativity, and passion. Those things. Okay, Adrija, you are looking for a good partner. Oh my gosh, look at that. It just sort of fell in. The oracle deck we were using on Monday was over to the side. It just fell in. So I guess we're going to use Southern Botanic Oracle for Adrija. And we're going to talk about overwhelm with this, which is that overwhelming feeling of, I really want to be with someone. How do I find someone? Okay. So Adrija, we have Spanish moss, self-expression and flow. Honestly, what you have to do to find a good partner is just do you. Just do you, just be in your space, do your thing. Keep your eyes open and you'll find it. Okay. Quinn Kilharius. I've been feeling overwhelmed for a good 2 to 3 years. I feel tired all the time. Oh no. My grades and career have been suffering a lot because of it. I just don't have the energy. What can I do? Man, you really have to rest. And there is the possibility that there's a health issue here. There could literally be I'm not diagnosing anything, but there could literally be a physical health issue here. I would talk to a doctor. I really would. It might be nutritional. It might be autoimmune. It might be hormonal. But I feel like you've got a health thing as part of this. And so maybe bring it to a healthcare professional. And then beyond that, it could be 50-50, part physical, part emotional. So beyond that, you have to take time to nurture yourself. You're going to have to take time, and it feels counterintuitive because you feel like you need to put more time into the things that are suffering, but really you don't. You need to put more time into yourself, and then you'll have more energy for those other things. Okay. Baby cakes. I get overwhelmed when being asked rapid fire questions that I would rather not answer at all. How do I protect myself? And yeah, I did say the vacation didn't go without a glitch. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. Oh, that's terrible. So I think, baby cakes, you need to learn energetic and verbal boundaries. You need to employ boundaries. You need to learn to employ boundaries. I don't have to answer those questions. I'm not going to answer those questions. You are overwhelming me with these questions that I don't want or need to answer. I'm sorry. And feel okay with that. Okay. And thank you, everyone, for the feedback. I really do appreciate it. Denise Woods, nice to see you. Thanks for being a member. Glad you're here. Any insight? I always feel overwhelmed. And I think that's because there's always a lot going on around you, and there's a level of anxiety that never stops. And I think part of that for you is boundaries too, where you can't take on everybody else's problems all at once. And you can't even take on all of your family stuff all at once. So people have to pull their own weight, and you've got to start asking them to. I'm sorry, that sounded harsh, but that's kind of the way I'm seeing it. Okay. Adrija, you're right. Being an empath is not fun. It is not fun at all. At all. But it can come along with some great intuition and other things that if you can manage it, makes it okay. And Trey, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, good. So good psychic hygiene. That's the key. I just thought I was crazy. Yes. That's the thing. I often say there's a thin line between psychic and psychotic. And right now, our jails and our mental hospitals are full with people whose primary issue is their empathic nature, their psychic nature, which makes them feel crazy. It can happen. It can happen. But no, you are not a few fries short of a Happy Meal. No, just an empath. Okay. Archana Rayo. I noticed that you tend to ask the same question over and over again about this relationship. And my guess is if this relationship was going well, we would not be having the same question over and over again. And you seem to be very sure that there's a divine connection here. But the thing we have to recognize is that feeling that spiritual connection, like if you yourself are not a God, you can't know what is divine or not divine. It can feel that way to you, but you don't know. And so maybe don't cause the relationship to have to live up to that standard. Maybe that is where the overwhelm is coming from. When we look at the relationship, the thing is, in real life, you're not happy with the way things are going. And so if you're not happy with the way things are going, how is this a divine connection? Exactly. Just wondering. Okay, hang on one second. Okay. Joshi Shristi. You're looking for an appeal for your visa application. I'm sure that is indeed very overwhelming. And this is going to take some time, but I think in the long run, you'll get what you want, but it's going to take some time. Okay, Caroline McLaughlin, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. There are many times that I feel very overwhelmed, but at the moment I feel so great. Is this a false sense of security? Got lots going on. I think you're just learning how to be at peace in your own situation. And no, I would not say it's a false sense of security because you absolutely know where all the pitfalls are. You're just choosing to dance around them. So let's keep that going for a while. That's good. Peggy Lou Levens, nice to see you. Today we're talking about overwhelm. And so when we look at you and what you can do about overwhelm, the answer is to remember who you are and remember the things that bring you joy. Minnie W., nice to see you. I always feel overwhelmed, but at the same time, I crave chaos. What's up with that, and how do I stop? Why do you crave chaos? I think you crave chaos because of childhood stuff. I think either there was overt or covert chaos in your childhood. That's what I'm thinking. And so you're constantly going back to that. Find the healing to early stuff, and things will change. Things will change. Okay. Joyous Ocean, nice to see you. I seem to use distractions to deal with overwhelm. I go play, but once I feel better, I still do not have the resources or support to get things done. I seem to be overly focused on intimate partnership. You're not the only one, man. But what do we do about this? You have to build your own support. I think these things are connected. You're overly focused on intimate partnership because you want a supportive partnership. Great, yes. And eventually you'll have one. And who doesn't want one of those? But you have to be your own supportive partner. And it's fine to dance and play and distract, and that's all good. But you need to see yourself. This is root chakra work. You need to see yourself as the supportive partner that you need. Be your own supportive partner, and it will help. Caroline, nice to see you, and thank you so much for the super sticker. Really appreciate that. PL Day, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Can you repeat the grounding ritual you used a few weeks ago? I think it'll be helpful for the empaths and those feeling overwhelmed. Oh, heck yeah, happy to do it. Start by breathing. Bring energy into the root chakra. I was just talking about the root chakra. Bring energy into the root chakra. Breathe into that area right there. We say it's at the very base of the spine, but it's not. It's the perineum. So breathe into your taint, y'all. And seriously, though, breathe into that area. See that as the seat of your security, your right to be here, your connection to the earth, your ability to generate, create, and hang on to all the resources you need. Take that energy, send it into the legs, the feet, all the way down from the chakras in the feet into the ground. I don't care if you're on the 20th floor in the middle of a city. Send that energy all the way down, all the way down, all the way down, finally into the earth. And let your energy curl into the earth like roots, tendrils of roots curling in, and feel the earth. What does the earth feel like? Is it sandy? Is it dry? Is it moist? Is it cool? Is it warm? What is it? Breathe the energy from the earth in all the way up and back into the root chakra. You are now grounded to the earth, and you have that limitless connection, that limitless supply of energy from the earth now connected to you. And now bring that energy all the way up through the chakras, all the way up out of the crown, in all directions like a fountain, falling around you back down to the earth, cycling through. This protects you psychically and grounds you and connects you to the resources of the earth. Thank you for that, PL Day. That was great. Okay, and thank you again, everyone, for the feedback. Really appreciate that. Adreja, often I use this Rider-Waite deck, and I've been using it since 2019. Do you think I need any new deck? If yes, can you recommend any? I mean, you don't need a new deck. That's a perfectly good deck. But if you want a different deck, by all means, I mean, it's always good to have lots of decks. Do I think you need one? No. But if you want one, I'd have several. It's a great collector. It's a great thing to collect. Oh, Minnie, your dad was always screaming and upset about something. That makes sense. Okay, you go, girl. I'm Pooja. When will my husband reconcile with me? Well, I mean, do we even know that will happen? And I'm sure that is very overwhelming to be in that situation. But I think you have to find your own truth in your own life that does not include him. All right, Joyous Ocean, to get the newsletter, you can just go to my website, Christiana Gaudet, and find the button for newsletter, hit that. The link to read this newsletter is in the descriptions right here, and you can just subscribe from there. So Trey, I'm not sure which edition you're looking at. This was the original Llewellyn deck, and I'm not sure when I was really upset when they stopped publishing this, although I knew it would happen. But I haven't seen what came out after that, so I'm not sure. All right. Justine, there it is. Okay, Joyous Ocean, Justine has dropped the exact link. So that's fabulous. So friends, oh, Peggy Lou, first paying customer yesterday, somebody you didn't know, and it went really well. Excellent, excellent, excellent. That's fabulous. So if you are a member of this channel at the star or sun level, join us tonight on Zoom. The link is in the community tab. If you can't find it, email me. I'll send it to you. 7:30 is when we're meeting, so join us. Okay, number 2, I just put up a new rant. So make sure you check out my rant in the rants playlist and tell me what you think about that. So I want to thank all of you for being here with me today. I really appreciate it. Please do subscribe to the newsletter. Please do read the newsletter. Thank you to members, moderators, and those who helped out with super chats and super stickers. Stars and Suns, I would like to see you on Zoom tonight at 7:30. Yes, it is only for members. And you have to be a member at the star or sun level. So it's for the 2 highest tiers of membership. So if you are said members, you will find the link on the community tab. Join us 7:30 Eastern time tonight. Thank you all. Take really good care. Oh, and one more thing. I'm looking for suggestions. I'm putting up April events now. What do you want to learn, man? What classes? You know I do 2 free classes a month for everybody. What do you want to learn? Let me know. We'll make it happen. I will look forward to seeing you tonight. Take care. Be good.